Hello guys, Inglebristler42 again, and I'm gonna talk about an update that's locked behind an age check. That's not the chat or the group forums, but the site's dev forum, where people complain about updates or glaze them entirely. Depends on how good or bad the update is. It starts here, and then it spirals outwards. But the dev forum is now, as of yesterday, going to be locked behind age checks. 13 plus, which, don't get me wrong, 13 plus for the dev form, okay, that's not bad. The age checks is where I draw the line because they are still using Persona, which is still probably going to track your information anyway. Like, the front end code just shows what they were going to track, and yet, who knows if they're still going to do it and somehow send at least some information, maybe not all, but some to the freaking government. Like, who freaking knows if that's happening? And yeah, this is just concerning outright. And there are a couple people who made some goodbye posts because they're not gonna come to the dev forum again because of those age check surveillance type update. And not only that the posts got locked, but a couple of them also, in addition to being locked, got unlisted. Not all of them, but most of them that got locked got unlisted with it, which is quite interesting. It's like whoever is trying to so-called keep conversation organized or a form of surveillance and suppression, potentially, it's another story. Now, if you go to the dev forum, you'll see this ominous message. Starting March 18th, all this other stuff. And if you try to go to log in, it'll just say you must be age verified. Like, okay, I don't know what to say, man. It's just egregious. But now we're gonna find out how Discord got literally investigated by the state of Florida. Because yesterday, also the same day, James Uffmeyers, the Attorney General of Florida, has launched an investigation due to the overwhelming use by predators. You know, the same ones that probably use Roblox, track these people, and bring them on to Discord. It's egregious. And the fact that it happened so many times up to this point, I mean, like, who knows how many thousands of times it happened? It's insane. And there were people in the comments that did bring up the concern of potentially doing it in a way that violates amendments and stuff, which that's always a great concern. It's like you gotta sue Discord and Roblox but also not violate constitutional amendments at the same time. There is a fine line that I would think that has to be walked, and rightfully so. And before I move on, I would like to point an example of what Discord's been doing from Schlep himself, saying that this was a single Discord account that received not one or five, but 270, over 270 violations for content I can't even bring up on video last year, and they were even labeled as illegal, but the account was left up. That's something. Not good, but that's definitely something. Like, who knows what Discord was doing? Like, somehow Discord and Roblox, sometimes they go toe and toe for some of the worst moderations in history, and then they both get investigated and probably sued. I wonder why. But we're going to move on to some of the more lighter things, the calm of the storm, if you will. We got a random change to a search display where it will show a 16 by 9 rectangle similar to YouTube videos rather than the square icons you see at the home page. Here, for continue at least. Like, if you were to search up, let's say, I don't know, yeah, I could just search up Tycoon, for example. It will give you the rectangles now. Which, okay, I don't really have any words about it because, you know, it's just so random of a change. Like, I don't hate it. I don't love it either. Like, you know, it's whatever. You can say whatever you want to say about it. Now, folks, we got some good news for once. I know that sounds crazy, but we got 2 good group updates. Not 1, but 2. Can you believe that? I sure thought I couldn't. But apparently, they're actually stepping up. There is one here where you can now assign multiple roles to group members, which is kind of a W, honestly. If you have like multiple freaking things that are, applied to members, you can apply to that just like, I don't know, Discord, like the same Discord that is being sued and investigated, at least investigated by Florida, but I'm not going to talk about Discord again. And yeah, someone just brought up how they were trying to be like Discord. Yeah, that's crazy. And someone, or at least multiple people, have pointed out the choice in role names that the graphic artist behind RTC did. Which, yeah, that's something that entirely different that I'm not going to talk about. But we're going to move on to the second one within that you can now make group roles for free. That's right. The fee for making group roles used to be 25 Robux for so long, and now you can make them for free. Which, finally, I can no longer waste more slot money on group roles when I could just potentially do it if I'm even gonna make another group or even use it again, because Roblox's updates have been making me lose my hope in Roblox again. But what can I say? We got good news for once. 2 back-to-back good news regarding groups. But we're gonna have to tone it down for a minute because Roblox could potentially be suspended in the Philippines in a warning. Like the Department of Information and Communications Technology and the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, I believe, out of the Philippines, have issued a warning directly to Roblox, saying that it could face restriction or outright suspension regarding, how they enforce their safety. Again, it follows the reports that the platform has been used for grooming, predation, and taking advantage of minors. And this is, insane stuff that is groundbreaking right now, because if they follow through with outright banning Roblox in the Philippines, that's no small nation. No. Over 100 million people live in the Philippines, and Roblox is at risk of losing access for over 100 million people. Just like Indonesia is like kind of following the same thing, but it applies to people who are, under 16. So yeah, that is insane, okay? But that is going to be all I have for this video. And if you guys like it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on, comment what you guys think about everything, and what I should do in the next video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.